Okay,
I've
but
got.
pigman.
Depends on what kind of man fight gorilla.
Hello, welcome to another Latino with a podcast. I'm the Latino with a podcast, Christian Hennis Mayer, and today I am with Sam Rossi, who is one of the. I believe your style. He wants to try the quesillo. My mom made quesillo, and he really you can try it.
That's right.
He has one of the weirdest but funniest stand-up style because it comes from a place of weirdness. It's not like storytelling. It's more like, have you ever think about? And then it's something wild. It's like, no, I have never. Do you like the quesillo?
I gotta.
You just puke like.
Sorry, man. Thank you.
I'm fucking lit. Thank you. Aye, and that's the episode.
That was delicious.
It's just one
That was
minute.
what was it called? Quesillo.
Quesillo.
Yeah, your mom makes very good quesillo.
Yeah, it's like a flan, but it's like a little different. You have like little.
It's
holes.
like a. It's like a dessert pancake type thing.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
It tastes way more like a pancake than you think it would. And then it's got like the.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's delicious.
The whole episode is just talking about the quesillo.
We get into the origin of it.
The origin of the
Who
quesillo.
makes it best?
We have a competition of quesillos here, but
Take this. Which quesillo are you? Take this quiz.
top 5 quesillos I have eaten. It's like you have only eaten one. It's just my mom's quesillo 5 times. Okay. What do you think? How do you find your comedy style? Because I believe I'm more observational and storytelling, like things that happen to me. I believe you are super observational, but the way you get to your observation is like, for me, it's mind blowing. It's like, that was cool. Weird, but cool.
Well, that's how I feel about a lot of other people's observational stuff. Cause you like, I've seen your style. Like it's fantastic. Cause you're able to like keep it like grounded in a way where like you just said like mine's like being like, you ever thought of this? And it's like, no, I haven't thought of this. But yours like, if you thought of this, and you're like, oh, I did, but I didn't know I knew that until you.
I like
point
when
it
that
out.
happens.
Yeah.
Like I have one that I it's not yet a joke, but it's I want to make it a joke that I hate when people who are like walking dogs talk on the phone, because most of the time they just like are on the phone and they forget they have a leash connected to the neck of the dog. They're like, no, you have to go left, and the dog's like, dude, the dog's like.
Exactly. Like I've seen that before. That's a real thing.
The dog is like, please use GPS. He cannot be giving directions like this.
Use Bluetooth, dude. On the phone.
Just singing your location. That would be easier for my life. But I want to talk a little bit. How do you think you found your style? Because I believe for comics, finding your style is one of the most difficult things to do.
Yeah. I was told a while ago that the first. I agree with that. I was told a while ago like the first 3 years of stand up is just you copying people that you
Yeah.
like and like trying to like do it like that. Like I don't know. I watched like a lot of stand up and like since I was a kid, like I watched like a lot of like I watched like Brian Regan, like
Okay.
Jim Gaffigan, and then went on to like Bill Burr. Like I started with Weird Al Yankovic.
Okay. But you have a little bit of Dimitri Martin.
Yeah, dude, he's my big one.
There you
Like,
go. You have a lot of
he's, like,
influence, but
that live at the time special. Like, I can
yeah.
throw that on whenever I'm in a bad mood.
dude, he has one joke that I fucking love. That is like, I hate when a door has a sign that says like use the
There's
other
live
door.
at the time.
No, you are a door. Do your fucking job.
Want to put a sign the other door? It's like no, other door's pulling bullshit.
Yeah, go
use,
to-
use first
use
door.
that one.
He's got it's an album he's got on Spotify. It's called These Are Jokes, and he has
Okay.
one of the first jokes I heard that made me like cry laughing of his was he's like yeah, I was on the train today. I heard this guy say to his friend, "Yeah, man, I'm really good at checkers," which is kind of like saying, "Yeah, man, I'm not good at a lot of stuff."
I'm just good at checker. Dude, and he has that pace. You have that pace, like the slow
Yeah.
pace. And for me in stand-up, that's difficult. I understand the people who are super like yeah, and they're super energetic. but for me, the ones that I enjoy the most are the ones that they're so slow paced, but what they say is so fucking funny.
Yeah, I. There are times where I wish I could do the fast pace because like I feel like the what I'm told to like people is like when I do my stand up like I would feel like there's some people like there's like you and a bunch of other comics at the scene that you see them go up and you're like, oh, I want to grab a drink with that guy. That
Okay.
seems fun. And like what I'm shooting for is like that guy was funny, but let's leave now.
Yeah, that guy's funny, but please don't go
Yeah.
to my son's school.
Yeah, yeah. Don't talk to that guy. Like,
But let's go. Just
I'm not
bump.
sure how off that guy is. It's like
I believe, yeah, you do give that energy.
I know that's like but it's like part because I used to try like the funk, but you gotta like
You don't have to try it. You just be
Yeah.
be yourself. And it's like that has
no
to
exactly that's myself. So, like,
Not the problem. I'm trying to be myself.
no, like you can try to like you can try to be like I don't know. You gotta make like a mix of like who you want to be and like who you are. Like that's kind of like
I
Well-
feel that mostly on social media because I'm super against social media. I find it really annoying. But you're a comic, so you gotta be like a social
Yeah.
media clown.
I don't get
I
what
don't have
everyone
the
else
fucking
is doing
energy.
on there.
Yeah, I don't have the energy for doing that. Like I've seen people like, oh, let's do a dance to promote our show. It's like I don't want to dance. I don't want to do it. Like I don't want to grab a rectangle and be in front of this rectangle in a supermarket, being like, hey guys, I don't want to do that shit. Like, please just come to the show. Why I have to beg you like this? Like why I have to degrade myself like this?
Like yeah, I do the same post every time where there's a picture of me in front of it's Plymouth Rock.
Okay.
And I'll just Photoshop like whatever shows I got coming up. And like, my favorite times I've done it are times where I have like 2 shows coming up.
And it's the same picture
yeah,
one by one.
I was like, guys, here's March. It's like open mic. Like, same open mic. That's it.
No, but you're doing really good. I saw your main shows and there were like a few there.
Dude, it's nice. It's picking up.
Super nice. Okay, I told him I'm gonna bring topics and I have the topic for today and this is so important. It's a question that is on the internet and we have to answer it. 100 men against the gorilla. Who's winning? You have to have seen this on the internet
I have seen this on the internet.
and you have to have your own opinion.
There is another thing. There is another thing I saw on the internet that made me not know. Okay,
You can say.
here's what I'm thinking.
You can say it.
I pull out my like my
My
board.
chart.
Yeah. Like,
I just give you like the markers and you're like, this is.
honestly, I think we could probably win. There's 100 people.
but it's
100.
unarmed.
Unarmed.
Yeah, you're gonna bring like a sword unless you give out the gorilla sword, and that will be interesting.
The gorilla's guns and stuff.
Yeah, the
Just
gorilla
having clothes.
And you're like, okay, we're fucked.
Well,
Okay.
it's because like when I've seen the well here's the thing like I think it has to be in like you ever played like Pikmin?
No.
You know Pikmin is this Nintendo game called Pikmin
Okay.
and it's these little like red guys like little red blue yellow guys like,
Okay.
these little creatures right.
So Chinese Ragnars
And
and.
I'm gonna ignore that.
No, you can.
I'm too awkward to riff on that. I'm weird.
You can say
Like,
stuff here
yeah.
to be canceled.
I'd be racist. All right.
Yeah, you can be as racist.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Oh, you should have told me. Can we start again?
Second chart.
Okay, so it was a black dude and a yellow. I was like, okay, it changed. Okay,
I've
but
got,
Pikmin.
depends on what kind of man fight gorilla.
Dude, 100 black dudes against the gorilla, they have way better chances than 100 white dudes.
Well, for me, it's like what kind? Because if it's 100 guys like me, it's like the gorilla's losing, like for sure. But if it's like 100 like I don't know, like UFC fighters, it's like the gorilla's still winning, but like it's closer.
Yeah. If it is like 100 to Wayne Johnson, I'll be like,
yeah.
maybe we're winning.
You just gotta like the gorilla might limp away
Exactly.
instead
the,
of running.
the gorilla might say ouch at some
Yeah.
point in the battle. The gorilla will be like, "Oi."
It's also just like
Dude, it's a fucking gorilla. There's people there. It's like, no, if we organize, we can do it. It's like, no, you can't.
here's what I really think, and this is based off nothing.
Okay,
No
perfect.
science whatsoever.
The shark.
Yeah. Enough of the charts. It's
just
just
like-
emotional.
Okay, I did this chart for this moment, and it's just like whiteboard blank. It's like, there's no evidence of anything here.
These are the ways we can win. Blank, blank paper. I don't know. It's like I saw something that's like I don't know. We used to hunt woolly mammoths. Like those what we used to eat.
Exactly.
And so like
but you have
there
weapons.
was a point where we could beat that gorilla. I think it's gone now.
Yeah,
Like,
but you have at that moment they use sticks and stones and whatever to hunt the
Yeah.
mammoth. Like
Yeah.
I believe that if we're gonna put it like fair, the gorilla is unarmed and also we are unarmed. So you gotta like punch the gorilla to death.
Yeah. My buddy Spencer, his question, and he's been talking about this stuff way before.
1994. Spencer.
Well, his thing was what's the his question for people is what's the biggest animal that you could take in a fight?
Okay.
Like, what do you think it is? Like, I would always shoot low and say like dog or something like, which isn't like a,
A pit
fun
bull, but
answer.
like a pit bull. Like a pit bull, you can take down a pit bull.
Yeah, maybe.
For me, I like there's people who can a lion like you cannot take that. A
Lion?
Like, no, for me like no, I'll be like a turtle.
Yeah, exactly. Shoot super low with that.
Clownfish. I believe in a one-on-one on land.
Drag him out.
I have to. The fight have to be on land. If it is on water, maybe he will take me down.
In water, you'd be fine.
The clownfish like I'm like fuck.
He knows the pressure points, dude.
He's just protecting his son.
Ray,
He already lost it once.
Finding Nemo 3 is awesome, man.
It's just a cage underwater. You have to fight. But what would be your animal that you're like, dog?
Okay, here's the one that like, because I don't want to do one that's like too easy because there's a conversation. I think the biggest animal that I could beat, just because of how it behaves, would be a cow.
Okay.
I think that's the biggest one that I could beat in a fight.
Oh yeah, because you're thinking about big, not like violence.
Right.
Because I was thinking like maybe I will be super injured, but I can take down one wolf. But one, he have to be by himself.
Exactly.
But
But that's way cooler
one-
than taking down the cow.
I really, but yeah, like I believe I will do one wolf. He have to be by himself. If there's like a second one, I'm fuck.
Christian, guess what's behind that door?
My room, not anymore. Dude,
Some practical jokers if they were cool.
we just hear like, or like, fuck Sam, what did you do? And like, I was prepared for this podcast.
I do think 100 men could beat the gorilla, but everyone would have to run at the gorilla at the same time with
Yes.
no care for their own life. Like,
exactly.
That's the big issue is when you fight the gorilla, you don't want to die. If you have 100 men who don't care if they die, could
Yeah.
easily beat the gorilla.
No. I do agree on that. And all the people have to be all in. Like, not like, okay, the first 3 die and 10 will flee. No.
Yeah.
All is like, okay, there's 97 of us that have to like keep doing this.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it just becomes like, because the fight it would always get into like a sad like hide and seek game. Like,
The gorilla just finds
slowly is hunting 97 guys.
we just give him power up for no reason.
Yeah.
Everything he kills, he gets like a radar of where the others want. for no reason, like 10 more, we give him like sword. At the end, the gorilla has like a sword and a bulletproof vest, and it's like, what did we do? Okay, like now with weapons, 100 people with weapons, with swords, against one gorilla with a sword.
Yeah.
Dude, the gorilla will slice people so easily. Like,
Right, but we still have swords though, and there's 100 of us. It's-
100 archers against one gorilla with 2 swords. and you have like, let's say, a football field to place the archers.
Okay.
What's your strategy there?
I think. I think we'd win eventually. I think that would just take the longest, though.
I believe you
'Cause
got
once you get-
you got to put like 45, 50, and then on the sides or on the back put it like some more. So it's like both sides are shooting arrows.
Yeah.
Because if he goes to 100 like straight, he like
Hold
in
a
a straight line, he will just fucked up everybody
He's
and that's
gonna
it.
roll like donkey.
Yeah. He just dropped an arrow.
That would be a.
Actually,
I-
that would be a nice is that battle in a field, but the music that is playing is Donkey Kong music.
Okay, you know what's
Donkey Kong.
it's a good debate that I've heard about is another gorilla one.
Okay,
There's another gorilla
perfect.
one. So it's like there's this is a hypothetical, right?
Oh no,
This is-
the other is not hypothetical. The other already happened, man.
everything else was real.
This one is different. Everything we already said already happened.
Yeah, I would stand by in court everything I just said.
But the camera
Starting now.
but the cameraman never survived, so we don't have footage of the shit.
It's like a no, it's basically like you got a gorilla, right? Who lives in the zoo.
Okay.
Right? And it's like this is like a 300-pound, like it's a normal, like strong gorilla. Oh
Okay.
no, it was like for some reason in the situation, it was like a super gorilla. Like it was
Okay,
like 600
silverback,
pounds.
super.
Yeah, like roided up 600-pound super gorilla. And it has shown a huge interest in playing football. Like that is its like all it does is watch football and it loves the game of football. Now, you are the commissioner of the NFL. Would you let it play as on the worst team in the league? Christian, this is all he wants to do. This is all he's learned sign language like 2 days ago. This is the only thing he's
Just
talked
to play
about. Is
football.
like I want to be on the Raiders or something like just some, like if he's on the Cubs.
He just plays
never
like
doing
no,
well.
he have to start in the NYU something like that.
Yeah, and yeah. So the debate's just like here's my so there are two stances you can take on it. It's either you say no. Because the gorilla's just gonna win. Like if you give it the football, like
No
men
one's taking
can't
it.
tackle it. Like it's also there's no more 100 guys. Like it's just like a defensive line versus a gorilla. Like, also, the gorilla knows what it's doing too. Like that's like.
But
the
he's
other
good
reason.
catching. If he's good catching, we're fucked.
Yeah. Well, that's why you're only allowed to let him be like on defense or a running back. I don't want to let him be on defense because on defense he's just gonna like kill people on the regular. Like,
He just tackles the first person, he just dies.
the safest thing is to let him be a running back.
he,
For everybody.
he just like flicks people.
Like-
Or he's gentle enough that he just takes the handkerchief. Do you know that? It's like that was pretty gentle from this gorilla. Okay, we're gonna make a pause and we're gonna come back with more gorillas, real scenarios because all of them are real. And we are back. I just put a lot of money on gorillas playing in the NFL. That's like so we need it to happen because my bets are betchris.com. 100 of your first.
The gorilla parlay goes crazy.
I'll watch it. Like I'll watch like just the one gorilla and the quarterback against a full defense, and let's see what happens.
That's the would you let it play in the NFL? The gorilla?
I mean, if we're letting transcript, no, I'm not saying. I'm not saying that. Sorry. I just. No. Like, I wouldn't let it play in the NFL because it would ruin the whole NFL. But I will make a special event, like it's like Super Bowl, and the halftime is just like a big gorilla against the whole.
It's like a weird Harlem Globetrotters.
It's like against the whole defense of the team that end up third place. So it's like if you win to the gorilla, actually you get back into the Super Bowl.
It's like a loser's bracket.
Yeah. But if they win,
Judge the gorilla.
if they win, they can come back to the Super Bowl. They pick one of the team to go out and they play instead. Okay, but I have more topics. Like the gorillas ones were amazing, but
Yeah.
oh, dude, I love all these situations. Like randomly, actually, the whole this situation, like, what would you do? What would, and this goes a little bit hand in hand with that. Is that I've seen many times when people find money on the street, but not like, oh, $20 on the street. No, when they found, like, I found a fucking case or a wallet full filled with money. The stories that goes to the internet are the people who are benevolent and they're good people, and they're like, oh, I returned the money. And but in most of those cases, like, oh, I returned this suitcase filled with $30,000 and the owner gave me a lollipop. And I'm like, why did you even? Why? I wouldn't like. And this is like the morals of it. If I found a briefcase or something with a bunch of money in it, thank you God, and I'm keeping that shit. Like, I'm not gonna give it back. I'll be like, well, this happened for a reason. Okay, this guy, that whoever lost this, lost it for a reason, and now like, I have 30K or whatever is in the briefcase. What would you do in that situation? You're just going to an open mic.
I it's one of those things where like I'm just nervous about where the money came from because like usually if you're putting your money in a suitcase like it's
Yeah, you're
usually
not.
not because it's like
Yeah, if you're not
super
Venmo, people.
legal and shit.
If this is not a Venmo, I don't
Yeah.
know. This could have been a sell, but you
Yeah.
decide to put 30K in a briefcase.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I'd love to take it, but also like I don't know what I'd do with that though.
That-
Like,
okay, there's another situation. But think about if you take it or not. There's another situation that I saw that is like, it's a prank, but it's a guy that came out like to an elevator. And he's just fucking running to the elevator, and there's always like one person in the elevator, and he gets seen like with this super agitated, and like he trips, and one of the bags open, and it's a bunch of money, and he starts like scooping the money up, and the person in the elevator is like, what the fuck? He's like, dude, help me, help me, help me, quick here. And most of the people are just get out of the elevator like, what the fuck? But there was one dude that he's like, he started helping, and then he started like putting in his pocket some of the money. And I don't believe that would be me. I'll be like, you know what? I hope you will give me a couple of these, man.
yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know, man. It's just situations like that. Like it's just a too good to be true thing. Where it's just like
But would you take money? Like, that's the question. Like, does your morals? You don't know where the money is coming from, but would you take it?
yeah, but then like I'd be so scared all the time. I'd
You're
stop doing most things.
you're in the open mic. Someone in the audience like, I know that guy. You're like, fuck. He's super hilarious. Like, oh, okay, cool. Or he bombing that. There's a fuck.
I hope the Hell's Angels don't see this joke.
Okay, that's with the money. Like, what would you do in a situation that you find money on the street? But also, what would you do like if you're offered, like, these YouTubers that is like, hey, I give you 10K if you quit your job right now.
Oh, that always seems like a. That's another thing where
I've seen many cases that
Yeah.
that they do this, and then it's like, hey man, it was for the video, and it's like,
Oh, does
you
that happen?
you offered me 10K, dude. I just told my boss he was a bitch. Okay, like you cannot do this to me right now.
I wanna
They're like, you gotta give it back. Give me the money.
like a. Oh, that's a tough one. Honestly, yeah,
You're like, yeah, I'll take it.
yeah, sure.
Okay, what about this? They will give you 200K in a show, but they're like, you have to never do a stand up again. Never. If I see you in an open mic, there's always someone there that will kill you. You don't know who.
Oh, they murder you?
Yeah. You cannot do fucking stand up again.
200,000. Uh,
As a
no.
comic, the whole thing.
No. Like, it's just like if I had like a second hobby, I could consider
Just start just needing like,
it.
well, like what? Okay, I'll raise it $1 million. It's like someone's like, I'll give you $1 million, but you cannot do stand up ever again.
No, but it's like that kind of thing where it's like I'll give you like $15 million for your arms and legs and nose.
That's how you feel about stand up.
Yeah,
that's
it's
cute.
just like, yeah, that would be awesome for like a bit, and then I'd like,
And they're like,
be
can I do a
like,
stand up? Then no.
yeah, be like, I want to crawl everywhere. Like this
They give you
sucks.
like $50 million, and you're like year 4 of not doing stand up, and then you something happened. You're like this. You're like, this is such a fucking good joke. And then like, this is so good for a fucking joke.
Exactly, like you can't do it. Even the bad ones. Like,
But imagine having like one joke. You
yeah.
know, I don't know if this happened to comics. If someone is watching and it's not a comic, this happens to comics. That you dream that of a super amazing joke, and you wake up and you're like, "What was it? What was it? I cannot recall." But in the dream, the joke was amazing.
I have had that happen. The one time I did remember the joke, it was like, oh, it was a dog shit.
Like,
Just because it was a dream.
there's a whole episode of Seinfeld that it goes around that.
Really?
That he like in the middle of the night he had like a notepad next to his in the nightstand, and he in the middle of the night wakes up and writes like, I don't remember the word in the show, but imagine you wake up and you write like uh telefonino, and then the next day you're like, what the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck did I wrote? You know, like, do you know something about telefoninos? Like, what is this? And the whole episode he's showing it to people like, is this an F? Like, I don't know what the fuck. This show was so good.
I've done that before where it's like, because I've had jokes where like as I'm drifting off to sleep, I like pull out my phone, I
Okay.
write down like one thing. So I'm like, oh, I'd like that. I have written down stuff where I'm just like the other day I was looking through my phone. I just had one note that just said like parallel parking. And it was like,
That had happened to me.
and that annoyed me because then I thought about it and I was like, oh, I was definitely like, you'll think of something.
Like, this is so good. You're gonna
Like,
fucking.
you got this
Like,
one,
yeah.
dog.
Future Sam Rossi. Go to work.
Yeah.
What's going on with parallel
It's
parking?
like this right here. That's where I call you to go. It's your thing of stuff no one else will to talk about.
Like I had that, but it's like year like time later. I just go back to the notes and it's something like that, like garage doors. Like, what did I try to say? You know,
Yeah, it
what-
was like, was this part of anything?
why I didn't put more explanation. And when I remember, it's like, oh yeah, that's why I didn't. That's why I
It's
didn't.
never good when you remember. It was never like, oh, because I had this fantastic idea. It's always like, oh, I was thinking about like,
What do you call it? Perpendicular parking? And it's like, yeah, it was dog
yeah,
shit.
yeah. I can't believe I didn't just write the whole thing down. It saved us so much time.
Okay. Let me see. We're on 28 minutes. Actually, that's pretty good. You know,
Really?
because yeah, I'll save the
Flying by.
yeah, and I'll save the next topic for the bonus content because I do a bonus content. So
Mm.
we're gonna end up this episode talking about
Oh, is it?
yeah, it's like 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes, but
Nice.
then it's a bonus content. The bonus content is like 20 minutes more. And my dad, my parents, the things like my parents, they're here with me right now in Chicago, and every time I record, I was like, you can be in the room with the wolf that San Rossi brought, and then, and then in this hypothetical situation, and but they're always like, you're not keeping us in a room, and they leave, and they fucking leave. And I was like, and this is the thing. We're gonna end the episode with this. Like, how old are you?
21.
21. Okay, so at this moment, I believe maybe you haven't had these thoughts, but when you have parents that are old, you become the parent of your parents. And
I've heard about that happening.
maybe this happens to you that if your mom or your dad, you go out to open mics, whatever show, and it's too late and you haven't said anything to them, they're like super worried. That happened with me. Every time they go out and they don't have any signal, if they don't come back in like 2 hours, I'm like, they are dead. They died. Then something happened. Like, it gets me so worried. It's like, this is how she felt when I was partying at like 21, 24. Like, it wasn't never like, oh, he didn't pick up the phone. Maybe he's busy. My mom is like, he died.
You know what? Okay, so I joined my mind jumps to like super worst case scenario, like insane, because all I used to do is watch like documentaries about like serial killers
And you're like,
things,
she's
like
dead.
just terrible things. And like, well, one time I texted my mom like something about like, hey, like, right? I called my mom because I wanted to tell her about something. She didn't pick up, and like I texted her like because it was late, and I was like, hey, I wasn't calling you about anything important. Like I'll just call you back tomorrow. And she texted back, but her text back she used a period. And she doesn't usually do that when she texts. You know who does do that is my dad. And I'm like, oh my god.
She's kidding.
My dad killed my mom. He's not fucking cover it up.
But
I love both of them.
but he
like,
used
I
the
don't know why-
dots.
And I was like, dude, I knew it was off. There's like, then like I get called from mom next day, and I'm like, oh no, I'm just, I just need to calm down.
And your mom is like, I'd like to use plantation now. Like, what the fuck? You're like, no.
Like I was in bed.
Yeah, no, but mine works like that. So like, so the episode have to be 1 hour because if not, I don't know what time these people are coming back, and my mind's like they die. The CTA was just rang over them.
Yeah.
Because that's where my fucking mind goes. Okay, we're gonna end this episode. We're gonna do the bonus content. I believe the topic that I have for the bonus content. I don't know if it will be funny, but it will be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so adios. You gotta say adios.
Oh, adios.